So why do you want to issue a memorandum listing incidents that you didn't investigate? That anybody who has any fair-minded knowledge of the world knows is going to have a chilling effect on parental involvement with respect to what their kids are learning at school.
I just want to be clear again, Senator. My memorandum did not list any of those incidents.
Come on, General, we both know this had a chilling effect. You don't think there are parents out there in the real world that said, oh my God, maybe we shouldn't go to the school board meeting, there'll be FBI agents there? We live in this isn't La La Land.
I tried to make as clear as I could, and now I have subsequently made clear in every public statement on the matter.
Your actions made it clear, General.
Today, we're diving into a fiery Senate hearing that has everyone talking. Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana took Attorney General Merrick Garland to task over a controversial memo targeting parents at school board meetings. The controversy started with a letter from the National School Boards Association to the White House. The letter claimed that school officials were facing threats and harassment from parents over hot-button issues like critical race theory and pandemic policies. The letter even went as far as comparing some parents' actions to domestic terrorism. In response, Attorney General Merrick Garland issued a memo directing the FBI to collaborate with local law enforcement on these matters. Critics, including Senator Kennedy, argue that the memo has created a chilling effect on parents exercising their First Amendment rights. And during this Senate hearing, Kennedy pulled no punches in making his point.
I'm looking at this letter from one of your U.S. attorneys from October this year, where he wrote to the Montana Attorney General, all the county attorneys, and all the sheriffs in his jurisdiction, suggesting ways that parents could be prosecuted at school board for appearing at school board meetings in accordance with your directive. And one of the suggestions made by your U.S. attorney is parents can be prosecuted for repeated telephone calls. Not threatening anyone, just on the theory that repeated telephone calls could be harassment. Really?
Senator, I haven't seen that memorandum. I've tried to express as clearly as I can here.
I heard you, General, but this is one of your U.S. attorneys.
Senator, if you're thinking of
Again, I haven't seen.
Isn't that special?
technically chairing the hearing where else Senator Durbin goes to vote, he didn't vote in the second vote.
Who needs to go?
General, you're just a vessel.
Sure.
Well, let me tell you what I'm talking about. With respect to the National School Boards Association letter, you're just a vessel, aren't you?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I signed this memorandum. I worked on this memorandum, and this memorandum is my memorandum.
Well, let me tell you what I mean. We know that the National School Board Association was upset because parents were coming to school board meetings to object to the teaching of critical race theory. We know that in drafting the letter, the National School Board Association collaborated with the White House for several weeks. They worked on it together. And we know that the National School Board Association, once the White House and the association were happy with the letter, the National School Board Association sent the letter to the White House, and the White House promptly called you and said, sic the FBI on parents at school board hearings. And that's what I mean. The White House is the prophet here. You're just the vessel. Isn't that correct?
Senator, I did not speak with anyone from the White House as while I worked on this memorandum. This memorandum reflects my views that we need to protect public officials from violence and threats of violence, while at the same time protecting parents' ability to object to policies.
Right. I get that. I've heard
disagree
your
with.
testimony. Were you worried that you would be fired if you didn't issue the memorandum?
Senator, I'm not. I decided on this memorandum on my own. I don't care. I said from the very beginning, I've taken this job to protect the Department of Justice, to make independent determinations with respect to prosecutions and investigations, and I will do that.
Okay.
I'm not concerned about
Sorry to
being
interrupt,
fired.
General, but I don't have much time. Now, when you got the letter that from the White House that prompted your memorandum to give the FBI new duties in making sure our parents aren't dangerous domestic terrorists, you didn't investigate before you issued your memorandum the incidences cited in the letter, did you?
Look, I took a statement by the National Association, which represents thousands of school board members, when they said that they were facing violence and threats of violence, and when I saw in the news media reports.
Yeah, but you didn't investigate the incidents in the letter, did you?
No, this is the first step. This is an assessment step. It comes before investigations. The purpose
Right.
of this
Before you issued your memo, you didn't investigate the incidents.
the memo is intended to begin assessments. It is intended to
And in
ask-
fact, most of the incidents in the letter did not involve threats of violence, did they?
I think that's correct. Most of them did not,
Yeah.
and they would not be covered by either federal or state law. I agree with that, and they would be protected by the First Amendment. But threats of violence are not covered by the.
Can we agree that we have thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of kids growing up today who are more likely to commit a crime and go to jail than own a home or get married?
I don't know about the comparative statistics. I do know there are too many people who are committing crime.
And one of the reasons for that is lack of parental involvement, isn't it?
I think parental involvement is essential. I think it's the key both to bringing up good kids.
So why do you want to issue a memorandum listing incidents that you didn't investigate, that anybody who has any fair-minded knowledge of the world knows is going to have a chilling effect on parental involvement with respect to what their kids are learning at school?
I just want to be clear again, Senator. My memorandum did not list any of those incidents.
Come on, General, we both know this had a chilling effect. You don't think there are parents out there in the real world that said, oh my God, maybe we shouldn't go to the school board meeting, there'll be FBI agents there? This isn't La La Land.
I tried to make as clear as I could, and now I have subsequently made clear in every public statement on the matter.
Your actions made it clear, General.
The hearing wrapped up with Kennedy asking why Garland assumed local law enforcement couldn't handle the issues raised in the NSBA letter. Garland maintained that his memo was meant to coordinate federal support, not replace local authorities. But Kennedy delivered a parting shot that left the room silent. I like you, General, but on this issue, you've turned into someone you said you wouldn't be. This hearing wasn't just about one memo. It was about trust in institutions, the boundaries of federal authority, and the fundamental rights of parents. This clash between Senator Kennedy and AG Garland isn't just political theater. It's a real conversation about how we navigate freedom and safety in a polarized world. Whether you agree with Kennedy, Garland, or land somewhere in between, one thing is clear: this debate is far from over. What do you think? Did Senator Kennedy make a valid point, or was AG Garland justified in his actions? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more in-depth coverage on issues that matter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.